You walk into your kitchen one morning, pour yourself a cup of coffee, and there they are. A trail of ants marching across your counter like they own the place. So what do? You reach for that spray can under the sink, the one with the bright label and the promise of total ant elimination, and you douse them. They scatter. A few die, and by tomorrow morning, they're back, exactly where they started, maybe more of them this time. Sound familiar? Here's what nobody in the pest control industry wants you to figure out. That spray isn't solving your problem, it's managing it, and there's a very profitable reason why. Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to talk about something that has been working for households for centuries before the billion-dollar pest control industry even existed. I'm talking about natural, cheap, household-based methods that actually target why ants come inside in the first place, not just the ones you can see. By the end of this video, you're going to know what 99% of homeowners have completely forgotten. And the centerpiece of it all is something sitting in your kitchen right now that costs almost nothing. Stick with me, because what I'm about to show you changes how you deal with ants forever. Let's start with number one, understanding the real problem. Most people think an ant infestation is about the ants themselves. Kill the ant, solve the problem. But here's the truth. An ant is a messenger. When you see one ant in your home, you are not looking at the problem. You are looking at a scout. That single ant is exploring, leaving behind an invisible chemical trail called a pheromone path, sending a signal back to a colony that could have anywhere from 10,000 to 500,000 members. When you spray that scout with store-bought killer, you eliminate the messenger, but the message has already been sent. The colony knows there's food near you. They'll just send a different route next time. This is why so many people stay stuck in the cycle of spraying and seeing ants return within days. You're playing a game the colony has already won before you even picked up the can. Number two. The truth about chemical sprays. Here's something the packaging won't tell you. Most commercial ant sprays contain synthetic pyrethroids, lab-made versions of a compound found in chrysanthemum flowers. Now, pyrethroids do kill insects on contact, which is why the spray feels satisfying. You see results immediately, but they don't penetrate the colony, they don't reach the queen, and without eliminating the queen, the colony simply adjusts, reroutes, and repopulates. There's actually research suggesting that repeated exposure to certain chemical insecticides causes surviving ant populations to become more resistant over time, meaning your spray gets less effective the more you use it. My grandfather used to say, "You're not fighting the army, you're just rearranging it." He was right, and he never once bought a single can of ant spray in 60 years of homeownership. Number three, what ants actually hate. Before we get into the salt method, and we are absolutely getting there, you need to understand what naturally repels and disrupts ants so you can use everything at your disposal. Ants rely almost entirely on their chemical communication system. Disrupt the pheromone trail, and you throw the entire colony into confusion. Certain natural substances do this beautifully. White vinegar is one of the best. Mix equal parts white vinegar and water in a spray bottle and wipe down every surface where you've seen ants walking. You won't just kill the ones present, you'll erase the trail entirely. The foragers return to where they thought the path was and find nothing. They have to start over. Use this daily for a week and you break the behavioral pattern completely. My neighbor tried this after spending over $200 on professional sprays in a single summer, and her kitchen was clear within 10 days. Combine it with the methods we're building toward today, and you've got something even more powerful. Number four, the cinnamon barrier. This one sounds almost too simple, but there's real science behind it. Ground cinnamon contains a compound called cinnamaldehyde, which disrupts the olfactory systems that ants use to navigate. Essentially, it overwhelms their ability to detect pheromone trails. Sprinkle a thin line of ground cinnamon at every entry point you can identify. Windowsills, door frames, cracks in baseboards, gaps around pipes. Ants will not cross a cinnamon line. They can't. The scent is so chemically disruptive to their navigation system that it acts as a genuine physical barrier. Soldiers stationed in tropical climates during World War II reportedly used available spices and natural repellents to keep insects out of their supply areas when chemical options weren't accessible. The principle has been around forever. The cinnamon you bought for your oatmeal is quietly one of the most effective ant deterrents ever discovered. But wait until you hear number five, because this one is something most people throw away. Number five, used coffee grounds as a perimeter defense. Don't throw out your coffee grounds, spread them. The strong volatile acids in spent coffee grounds are deeply disorienting to ants and most other insects. Sprinkle used grounds around the exterior base of your home, around plant pots, along the edges of your patio, anywhere you suspect ants are entering from outside. As an added benefit, coffee grounds are excellent for your garden soil, so you're solving two problems at once. My aunt in rural Tennessee used to dump her morning grounds along the back foundation of her house every single day. In 40 years of living there, she never once had a serious ant problem indoors. We thought it was just a quirky habit. Turns out she understood something about natural pest deterrence that most of us have completely forgotten in the age of convenience products. If this video is saving you money and teaching you something they never put on the label of those expensive spray cans, hit that subscribe button right now, because in the second half of this video, I'm going to show you not just the salt method that inspired this whole video, but how to combine everything we've covered into a complete, whole home natural defense system. You won't need to spend another dollar on pest control after this. Tap subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Number 6, diatomaceous earth, the ancient weapon. Food-grade diatomaceous earth is fossilized remains of tiny aquatic organisms called diatoms, and it has been used as a natural insecticide for over 100 years. On a microscopic level, it is razor sharp. When ants walk through it, it damages the waxy outer coating of their exoskeletons, causing them to dehydrate and die. It is completely non-toxic to humans and pets when used in food-grade form. Dust a thin layer along baseboards, behind appliances, in the gaps around your pipes, under the sink, and in any wall crack you can identify. Unlike chemical sprays, diatomaceous earth doesn't break down. It keeps working as long as it stays dry. The ancient Egyptians used silica-rich materials to protect grain stores from insects thousands of years ago. We rediscovered this, packaged it, and still, somehow, most people have never heard of it. Number 7, peppermint oil, the one that surprises everyone. Here's the one I promised you earlier. Essential oil of peppermint is not just a pleasant smell. It contains high concentrations of menthol and pulegone, both of which are acutely toxic to insects at the neurological level, while being entirely safe for humans and household pets at diluted concentrations. Mix 15 to 20 drops of pure peppermint essential oil with 2 cups of water in a spray bottle, and apply it along every wall edge, cabinet base, and entry point in your home. Reapply every 3 to 4 days. The ants don't just dislike it. It chemically interferes with the receptors they use to detect everything, including food sources and pheromone paths. A clean-smelling home that ants literally cannot navigate through. It works better than most sprays. It costs almost nothing. And it's been hiding in the wellness section of your grocery store this whole time. But here's the thing. Even peppermint oil, vinegar, cinnamon, and diatomaceous earth combined are still only half the battle. The real game changer is what I've been building toward this entire video, and we're almost there. Number 8, sealing entry points, the step everyone skips. No natural remedy works if you don't also physically close the doors ants are using to get in. Spend 30 minutes with a tube of silicone caulk and seal every crack you can find around window frames, door frames, baseboards, and pipe entry points. Pay special attention to where your walls meet your floor and where utility lines enter the home. This one step alone can reduce ant activity by 70% overnight. The ants are not magical. They are using specific physical paths. Close the paths. Every other method we've discussed becomes dramatically more effective once you've sealed the main entry points. Number 9, borax bait, working with the colony instead of against it. Instead of killing the scouts and watching the colony reroute, you can use the colony's own communication system against it. Mix 1 teaspoon of borax with 1 tablespoon of sugar and a few drops of water to form a paste. Place tiny amounts of this paste on small pieces of cardboard near ant trails, but away from pets and children. The ants will find it, think it's food, carry it back to the colony, and share it with everyone, including the queen. Borax is slow-acting enough that they make many trips before it takes effect, which means the poison reaches deep into the colony before anyone knows anything is wrong. This is the principle behind most commercial ant baits, but those products charge you $10 to $15 for what you can make at home for a few cents. Use this alongside your barrier methods, and you're attacking the problem from both directions. Number 10, bay leaves for kitchen storage areas. Ants are intensely drawn to food storage areas, your pantry, your cabinet shelves, anywhere you keep grains, sugar, or cereal. Place dried bay leaves directly in your food storage areas, tucked beside boxes and bags. Bay leaves contain eucalyptal and other terpenes that insects find deeply repellent. Tuck them into corners of shelves, inside dry food containers in the back of your pantry. Replace them every 2 or 3 months as they dry out and lose potency. My grandmother kept bay leaves in every single cabinet in her kitchen from the time she moved into her home in 1961 until the day she passed. We used to think it was just an old habit from her mother. It was a system, a very effective system. Number 11, dish soap spray for immediate contact killing. Before we get to the main event, here's a fast, cheap contact killer for when you need immediate results. Mix a few drops of liquid dish soap with water in a spray bottle. Spray directly on ants you can see. Dish soap destroys the waxy protective coating on insects' bodies, causing rapid dehydration. It's fast, it's safe, it's already in your home. Use this as your first response when you spot a trail while you set up your longer-term methods. And now, number 12, the salt method. The one this whole video has been building toward. The one the pest control industry has zero financial interest in telling you about. Here's what salt does that almost nothing else can match. Ants, like all insects, are subject to a process called osmosis, the movement of water through a membrane in response to salt concentration differences. When ants come into direct contact with salt, particularly in areas where they travel regularly, it draws moisture out of their bodies, and more importantly, disrupts and degrades pheromone trails at the chemical level. Salt essentially erases the invisible highways ants use to communicate and navigate. But there's more. When you create a fine salt barrier along entry points, window ledges, door thresholds, cracks in the foundation, ants actively avoid crossing it because their bodies sense the osmotic threat. It works as both a killer on contact and a deterrent for the ones that come after. Here's exactly how to use it. Take regular table salt or sea salt. Coarser grinds work slightly better because they stay in place. Lay a continuous line along every threshold, windowsill, and crack you've identified as an entry point. For kitchen counter areas where you've seen trails, mix salt with a small amount of water, apply it to the surface, let it dry, and wipe away the excess, leaving a fine residue along edges and corners. For serious outdoor perimeter defense, mix a strong salt solution and pour or spray it along the base of your exterior walls. Reapply after rain. This method has been documented in various forms across cultures for thousands of years. Farmers used it. Colonial households used it. It appears in traditional pest management practices from West Africa to South Asia to rural America. It was never patented, never marketed, never put in a bottle with a spray nozzle and a logo, and that is exactly why you've probably never heard anyone recommend it. It costs almost nothing. It requires no special equipment. It can't be sold for $15 a can, and it works. Here's how you put the entire system together. Start by sealing every entry point you can find with caulk. Then lay salt barriers at doors and windows. Apply diatomaceous earth along baseboards and under appliances. Wipes all ant-visible surfaces with vinegar solution to erase existing pheromone trails. Place borax bait in your active trail areas to attack the colony from within. Scatter coffee grounds around your home's exterior perimeter. Add bay leaves to every food storage area. Mist with peppermint oil spray along walls and cabinets every few days. What you've just built is a complete, layered natural defense system that works from the outside in, deterring, killing, confusing, and eliminating at every stage of the ant's life cycle and communication network. No recurring spray costs, no chemical residue on your food surfaces, no resistance building up over time. The pest control industry made $12 billion last year. A meaningful portion of that came from repeat customers who keep buying the same sprays for the same recurring problems. Not because those products are the only option, because they're the only option that's been marketed to you. Your grandparents and their parents before them kept homes just as clean and pest-free without a single synthetic chemical, using exactly the kinds of methods we walked through today. That knowledge didn't disappear. It just got quietly pushed aside. Today you brought it back. If this video changed how you think about ant control, and honestly, about the products you've been buying for years, subscribe to this channel right now because we do this every single week. Real methods, real science, real household solutions that cost almost nothing. Drop a comment below telling me which method you're trying first. I read every single one. And if you want to go even deeper, the next video is sitting right there on your screen. It covers 5 more things hiding in your kitchen that solve problems you've been paying someone else to fix. I'll see you there.